So, you know how TikTok is full of weird little corners? Like you open the app and in less than 5 minutes, you've gone from dancing dogs to conspiracy theories about Shrek being a government agent. But every now and then, you stumble across something that just makes you stop scrolling. Not because it's wholesome, not because it's funny, but because it's unsettling. Today, we're talking about one of those corners, the strange, chaotic, and honestly kind of disturbing saga of Miss Shirley, the TikTok child star who became a viral sensation, and her mom, the self proclaimed TikTok mom.
We went out and
She been doing it ever since.
ever since.
Oh my
Everything
goodness.
is boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground, huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8. 3, 4.
Miss Shirley gonna tell you when she tired. Miss Shirley gonna fucking tell you when she tired. Show the is and ain't gonna do nothing either when she tired.
I'm not gonna move, I'm not gonna dance or nothing.
You hush while I'm talking.
Twin, where have you been? Nobody knows me like
Who many people believe crossed every line in the book when it came to parenting online. This is a story of how a mom turned her daughter into a content empire, how the internet went from cheering her on to calling her out, and how it all eventually came crashing down. So buckle up, grab your For You page survival kit, and let's talk about the end of TikTok, mom who exploited her child. At first glance, the M. Shirley account looked like your average parent and child TikTok duo. You know the type? A cute little kid, maybe 4 or 5 years old, dancing, lip syncing, doing little trends. Innocent, right? But as time went on, viewers noticed something off. The content wasn't just adorable toddler being adorable. It was performative, curated, and clearly aimed at going viral. And the mom, who many people online started referring to as TikTok mom, seemed very aware of how to maximize engagement. It's one thing to post your kid doing a fun trend. It's another to treat your child like a marketing campaign before they can even spell the word brand. From the start, Miss Shirley was treated less like a kid and more like a brand asset, matching outfits, dance challenges, collaborations, and even live streams where the child was performing on command, sometimes for hours. I mean, my parents barely had the patience to watch me show off a single macaroni art piece. But here, it was constant content creation, and at first people loved it. The views were rolling in, the comments were full of praise. She's so cute. She's a star. Put her in a commercial. And like any social media parent with a taste of viral fame, the mom did what every algorithm chaser does. She doubled down. Soon the page wasn't just casual videos anymore. It was a content schedule. Posts every day, lives, sponsorships, the kind of stuff full-time influencers do, except the influencer here was in kindergarten. And before long, Ms. Shirley wasn't just her mom's daughter, she was TikTok's daughter. Now, it's worth saying, there are tons of family TikToks that are wholesome. Parents share cute moments, kids being silly, honest parenting stuff. That's not what we're talking about. This case started to feel different because as the videos got more frequent, they also got more questionable. It wasn't just about being cute anymore. The dances, the music, even the outfits, they started to feel less like toddler fun and more like content strategy. There were videos where the child was doing adult dance trends, lip syncing adult lyrics, even posing in ways that were clearly meant to look grown up. That's when viewers started speaking up. They began asking questions like, is this appropriate? Why is a child dancing like that? And who's behind the camera directing all this? At first, the mom brushed it off. According to commentary videos like the concerning case of Miss Shirley and terrifying TikTok, mom exploits her daughter, she would often clap back at critics, calling them haters and insisting her daughter loved the attention. Which, let's be honest, is a weak defense. Kids love attention, they also love crayons, sugar, and playing in traffic. it doesn't mean they should be in charge of their own PR team. And that's where things started spiraling, because TikTok isn't just a platform, it's a full-blown detective agency. The moment people sense something's off, they start pulling clips, comparing timestamps, saving lives, and piecing together timelines like they're auditioning for a CSI for You page. Soon, viewers were posting compilations pointing out concerning behavior. Times when the child looked tired, confused, uncomfortable. There were moments where she seemed to be prompted mid-recording or glancing off camera for approval. Some even claimed they caught her mom allegedly scolding her during a live when she didn't perform correctly. Now, to be clear, these are allegations. Not everything is confirmed, but the sheer volume of concern was impossible to ignore. Entire pages popped up analyzing the content, frame by frame. What started as viral entertainment had become a full-blown internet investigation. And once the internet labels something exploitative, you don't come back easily. Soon, public opinion flipped. The same audience that had once flooded the comments with heart emojis started tagging CPS. People began filing reports, sharing contact info for local child welfare agencies. Whether those reports resulted in action isn't confirmed, but the noise alone was deafening. Then came the YouTube breakdowns. Creators like the one behind the end of TikTok mom who exploited her child started piecing together the whole saga, charting the rise, the backlash, and the silence. The videos spread fast, hitting hundreds of thousands of views, and the narrative solidified. Ms. Shirley wasn't a star. She was a symbol of what happens when parents chase clout harder than they chase common sense. Suddenly, being the TikTok mom wasn't something to brag about. It was something to hide. What followed was the classic influencer downfall sequence: denial, deletion, disappearance. First, the comments got turned off, then videos started vanishing. Eventually, the whole account went quiet. And when an influencer goes radio silent right after controversy, the internet fills in the blanks. Some claimed the mom had been banned. Others said CPS had stepped in. Some even claimed there were legal actions or custody investigations. Let's set the record straight, none of that is confirmed. These are unverified rumors circulating across TikTok, Reddit, and YouTube. But the fact that people found those stories believable says everything about how bad the optics were. Even if none of the extreme outcomes are true, the damage was already done. The public trust was gone. The name Miss Shirley became synonymous with child exploitation discourse. And while the mom vanished, the conversation didn't. Because this isn't just about one account, it's about an entire genre: family content, kidfluencers, sharenting, the new wave of parents turning their kids into digital mascots. Some do it for fun, others for fame. But either way, once a child becomes content, you can't unring that bell. Every smile becomes a product. Every tantrum becomes a viral clip. Every milestone becomes a monetizable moment. In France, they've already passed laws to protect kids like this. Parents are required to set aside earnings for their children. Some US states are starting to follow suit. But most platforms, they're still figuring it out. Because as much as TikTok claims to protect minors, the algorithm doesn't parent, it promotes. It doesn't ask, is this child okay? It asks, will people watch this for more than 7 seconds? In Ms. Shirley's case, people did watch. Millions did. Until they couldn't anymore. And that's the irony. The same algorithm that built her up also tore her down. The audience that adored her as a toddler star became the same one demanding accountability. It's the circle of clout. And honestly, there's a dark comedy in it. Because when you think about it, we've reached a point where toddlers have brand strategies, where preschoolers have analytics, where a kid can hit 1 million followers before they learn to tie their shoes. That's not normal. That's dystopian daycare. Now let's talk about those rumors again. Some users posted screenshots claiming CPS had visited. Others swore the mother was under investigation. But here's the thing, there's no concrete proof, no official documents, no confirmed reports, just speculation, stitched together from live clips and secondhand stories. So take all of that with a grain of salt, or actually, a whole salt shaker. What we can verify is that the content was removed, the account went quiet, and the public turned its back. That part's real. The rest, only the people involved truly know. But even without the juicy details, the moral stands tall. Kids aren't props, they're not content, they're not your personal PR strategy, they don't exist to perform for strangers on the internet. And honestly, if your child's bedtime routine depends on hitting the For You page, it might be time to log off. The saddest part is Ms. Shirley probably doesn't even understand what happened. One day, she's filming dances with mom. The next, everything's gone. She didn't choose fame. She didn't choose controversy. She was just born into the era of clout parenting. Imagine being her at 16, Googling yourself and finding thousands of strangers arguing about your childhood. You'd be like, wait, I was trending at 4? For what? Doing the renegade? And your therapist just sitting there, taking notes, wondering how to bill TikTok for emotional damages. That's the real consequence here. The internet never forgets. Even when videos are deleted, screenshots live on. Commentary videos stay up. Memes circulate. The digital footprint never fades. So even if the mom did realize her mistakes, even if she deleted everything, apologized, and moved on, it's too late to fully erase it. The story will always exist. And that's why these conversations matter. Because the next parent scrolling through TikTok thinking, maybe I should start a family channel, might see what happened here and think twice. Maybe they'll remember that not every viral moment is worth the cost. That childhood isn't a marketing strategy, that sometimes the best content is the one you don't post. Now, I want to be fair, there's always room for redemption. If Ms. Shirley's mom truly reflects on all this, she could use her platform to do good, to speak out about the dangers of oversharing, to advocate for child digital rights, to educate other parents before they make the same mistakes. We've seen it before. Former family vloggers admitting their wrongs, pushing for reform, calling out the industry they once profited from. If she did that, people might forgive. The internet loves a redemption arc, especially one that ends in accountability. But that only happens if there's honesty first. You can't spin exploitation into empowerment. You have to acknowledge it, own it, and then fix it. Until then, her silence speaks louder than any apology could. And it leaves us with the lesson we already knew, but keep needing to relearn. Children aren't influencers. Childhood isn't content, and if your kid's job title includes brand ambassador, you might have taken a wrong turn somewhere. So what's the takeaway from the M. Shirley story? Simple. Let kids be kids. Let them play in the mud. Let them make macaroni art. Let them dance for fun, not for followers, because the internet will always be there. The trends will keep trending. The algorithms will keep demanding sacrifices. But a childhood, you only get one. And if we keep turning it into entertainment, there won't be much of it left. So here's hoping this is the end, not just of one problematic account, but of a whole era, the era where clout mattered more than care. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like and subscribe, because apparently even commentary videos need validation now. And drop a comment below. Do you think parents should be allowed to monetize their kids online? Should there be stricter laws, or do you think the internet overreacted? I'd love to hear your thoughts, respectfully, of course. Until next time, remember, if your toddler's workday is longer than yours, it's not content, it's child labor, and maybe, just maybe, it's time to close the app.